Well, hello to all of you. My name is Quang, and I am currently studying in international relations at the University of Montreal. Perhaps my fondest memory of all of this is being a part of and later coming back to lead the University of Montreal's Model UN team. And during 7 months last year, we were meeting, 40 of us, we were meeting about 3 hours every week to prepare for one conference. And we did go there. It was in New York, and it was called National Model United Nations, NMUN, and which is, I think, the largest conference in the world by number of participants. And I think I'll never forget the feeling of walking into the UN General Assembly Hall and taking the history of the place of these walls, you know? And in that sense, perhaps Model UN does lead to places. I think throughout my 5 years of doing Model UN, if there's one thing that I've learned, it's definitely that all delegates should be open to learning always at whatever stage you might be at this point. Because however much you think you already know about the UN system, about speeches, about resolution writing, for example, I think that there's always something that you can learn, you can gather from observing other delegates, observing your chairs, for example, and that we should all strive to look beyond, I think, the formal clothes and the fancy speeches and gestures, because at its core, Model UN is very much an experimental learning activity, and it should stay that way, I think. I think there's a lot of activities right now, very, very large set of curricular activities that are available for high school and university students. So how does Model UN stand out? I think it can stand out and survive and even thrive by concentrating on its fundamentals. What made it so great at the beginning of that activity almost 100 years ago? Because the thing is that Model UN is one of the very, very few existing activities that are specifically made for people that have an interest in political sciences and international relations. And as long as we can remember where the activity came from and the fact that first and foremost it is an experimental learning activity, I think it can very much grow even beyond what it is today. Right? What makes DAFMN special? What makes it stand out? Well, I think it's because DAFMN builds upon the legacy of the Model UNs that came before it. It stems from an organization that has been successful for a long time already, and it is well known amongst the community, and is very trusted too. Also, they have a very competent team with a mix of both long-time veterans, people that I know have worked with before and who I trust very much, and also of promising new faces. I think they really have what it takes to succeed and to lead this Model UN to success. And finally, there is the idea of balance. I think DAFMN knows how to balance the choice of committees. There are both traditional ones, such as ECOSOC and UNEP, which are very, very ancient choices, to be honest, but also less prevalent choices, such as NATO and ASEAN, which are interesting, which stray a little bit from the core, but still they remain true to the original model still, I think. All right, I think I've spoken for long enough, and if I should give a few closing remarks to new prospective delegates for DAFMN, I think that one thing to remember once again is to not forget the fundamentals of why you're here. This is an experimental learning model first and foremost, and come prepared, please. It's very, very important to do your research, to prepare your speeches in advance, because at the end of the day, the only one who can really measure how well you've done up until here is very much yourself. The more you take the preparation process seriously, the more you can make the best of your time here. After all, you are the final judge, I think. So good luck and have fun. And thank you.